Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Rizkiana Mahadika and my partner is Musofan Prasetyanto. Today we are going to talk about agriculture students' difficulty in writing an essay. This presentation will be divided into 4 sections. The first one is introduction, the second one is literature review, third methodology, fourth findings and discussion, and the last one is conclusion. So for the introduction part and literature review part will be delivered by me, Rizkiana Madika, and then for methodology, findings and discussion and also conclusion will be delivered by my partner Musofan Prasetyanto. Let me start my presentation. So, we believe that English still become a global language in which many people use English for communication, either oral or written. And the demand for people having a good English competence is increasing either in the academic field or career. Responding to that important role of English nowadays, the higher education institution require every student, especially for non-English department students, to take English course. And the credit of English course varies among universities depending on their own regulation. The institution think that preparing students with a sufficient English competence is essential. And English has 4 skills. For example, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. As we know that speaking and writing are considered as productive skill, while reading and listening are considered as receptive skill. Higher education students are expected to be able to speak and write appropriately. However, most students feel that writing is the most difficult one. So that's why the teacher should find a suitable writing teaching strategies in order to help students write better and appropriate. Before we create suitable writing teaching strategies for students, we have to know the students' difficulties in writing. And several previous studies have been conducted regarding students' difficulties in writing. The major problems are grammar, cohesion, and coherence. For other previous studies, it appears that the students have problem with logicality and clarity, and then limited knowledge on writing aspects, and also article errors. Those previous studies were conducted in English department students and in online writing exchange, while the present study was conducted in agriculture student and write an essay. As agriculture students must write an essay related to their specific study, this area of research was less research. And to fill this gap, the present study aimed to investigate the agriculture students' difficulty in writing essay. Here is a summary taken from some literatures talking about the teaching of writing in higher education and also writing difficulty. The teaching of writing in non-English department is important because the students need to have a sufficient English writing ability to communicate with overseas partner or to continue their study, in which English competence is one of the entrance requirements. And grammar, vocabulary, coherence, cohesion, and mechanics make writing difficult for some EFL students. The vocabulary, coherence, and cohesion are interrelated, implying that cohesive and coherence paragraph need an appropriate vocabulary. Furthermore, a different structure with L1 enables writing more difficult for students.
Methodology. So this present study involved 40 students of agroecotechnology taking an English course, and the data was collected through semi-structured interviews and students' essay. For interviews stopped when the the data was saturated. For analyzing the data, the transcription was coded and analyzed to find the emerging theme. Students' essay was analyzed to categorize the students' errors. The students' error and or essay organization were used to confirm the result of interview. Findings and discussion. So the present study found three difficulties that students face in writing an essay. The first one is generating an idea. The second one is vocabulary, and the third one is grammar. For generating idea, student thinks that writing an essay is difficult in finding the idea because essay should contain facts. So students think that it is difficult to find facts to form or to generate an idea. And vocabulary, the students think that finding a proper and academic vocabulary is difficult. So students think that when they write an essay, they need to find a suitable vocabulary. And then the last one is grammar. So students make mistakes in a grammar like a tenses because they do not understand what tenses use in a certain context. So some students do not know what kind of tenses is used for a certain context in an essay. In conclusion, the present study shows that writing an English text is not easy for students majoring in non-English department, especially for agriculture department. They think that three things that make writing an essay is difficult. The first one is generating idea, the second one is vocabulary, and the third one is a grammar. Generating an idea is considered difficult because they need to find a fact to support their argument. Furthermore, finding a suitable vocabulary is also considered difficult because of their lack of vocabulary. So students is hard to find a suitable vocabulary for their essay. And the last but not least, a grammar. So students do not know when a certain tense is used in a certain context. So for non-English department, what is it to put a proper tenses in a certain context is difficult for them because their knowledge about grammar is limited. Okay, this is the end of our presentation. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.